So guys, welcome back to another video and welcome to my early Team of the Week predictions. If you need to get your hands on some coins to improve your ultimate team, then check out the link in the description, igvault.com, and if you use the code Kieron at checkout, you'll get yourself a pretty nice discount. Now normally in this series we only look at games from the past 48 hours, but this week there were games played midweek, so we're going to discuss them as well. So it's going to be quite a long one, so we are just going to get straight into things pretty much. But before we do that, if you could leave a like rating on the video, that'd be very much appreciated, and in the comments below let me know who you think could be picking up an inform on Wednesday. Also do look out for my full 23-man Team of the Week prediction, which will come out tomorrow night. Obviously in that video we will cover every single league that is in FIFA. So we begin in the Premier League with some Tuesday games. We have Wolves against Chelsea. The match ended in a 2-1 scoreline, and Podence and Neto got on the score sheet. Do I see one of them getting in for just this performance? Probably not, but maybe Neto could be the Super Silver because, yeah, he is actually a silver left wing in Ultimate Team. Manchester City and West Brom finished in a 1-1 draw, and there doesn't appear to be, you know, a particular standout player from this game, therefore I don't think an inform will come from it. Real Madrid got the better of Athletic Bilbao, and they won 3-2-1, with Benzema getting on the score sheet twice. Cruz has obviously recently just got an inform, so he is void, but Benzema with 2 goals certainly could be getting an inform on Wednesday. In the Serie A, Udinese and Crotone finished in a 0-0 draw. There isn't a massive standout from this game, but the goalkeeper Cordaz did get a nice rating from Gazzetta, so he is an option, but with his rating in Ultimate Team not being that high, I don't think he's too likely, unless there isn't too many goalkeeper options this week. Benevento and Lazio finished in a score draw, and it's one of them games where I just don't see a inform being produced. One game that could produce an inform though is the match between Eintracht Frankfurt and Borussia Mönchengladbach, and as you can see, there are 2 obvious players to discuss. We've got Andre Silva, who got 2 goals and a assist, and we've also got Stindl, who got a hat-trick. So even though this game ended in a tie, I could see one of them getting into the upcoming Team of the Week. Hertha Berlin and Mainz finished in a 0-0 draw. You guys know the drill, no inform will come from this. And Borussia Dortmund beat Werder Bremen 2-1. Marco Reus and Rafael Guerreiro getting on the score sheet. Will Reus get an inform for just 1 goal? I don't think it's too likely. The same, to be fair, can be said for Guerreiro, who, although he did get a goal, did also technically concede as a defender. And then the final Tuesday game was between Stuttgart and Union Berlin, and Union Berlin were actually winning 2-0 for most of this game, and then this guy came on and they got 2 goals, so I actually think he might have a decent chance at getting an inform this week, but ultimately with the game ending in a tie, I don't think it's overly likely. Okay, so now it's time to move on to Wednesday's games, and I won't lie, there are loads of them, so forgive me if I quickly skim over some of these because there's a lot, so let's go. I wish you guys could see how many tabs I currently have open. There's loads. Anyway, let's go. Arsenal-Southampton, 1-1 draw. Don't see an inform coming from this one, and the less said about that game, the better. Moving on, Leeds against Newcastle. This game I think will produce an inform. I think Jack Harrison is probably your standout candidate. A goal and a assist for him. Also man of the match, so there is options there. And yeah, even a defensive option like Alioski could be there as well. A goal, a clean sheet, maybe he could get in as well. Well, not as well, but instead. Everton beat Leicester 2-0, and Holgate got himself a goal and a clean sheet, so he could be an option from this match. Richarlison maybe could be as well if he gets a goal on the weekend. Now we move on to the game between Fulham and Brighton. Ended in a score draw, well, goalless draw to be honest, so therefore I don't see a special card coming from that. And then West Ham and Crystal Palace finished 1-1, and to be fair, the same can be said about that game. I just don't see an inform coming from it. One game that should produce an inform though is the match between Liverpool and Newcastle, Liverpool and Tottenham. Obviously a very big game in the Premier League, especially with how the standings are currently looking, and since Liverpool got the win, I think they will pick up an inform solely from this game, and I think EA will go with Firmino for getting the match winner, and it was a pretty nice header as well. Moving on then to the La Liga, we have Barcelona beating Real Sociedad 2-1. Frankie de Jong got himself a goal, and I thought he could have been in last week's Team of the Week, so maybe he will be in the upcoming one. Obviously Jordi Alba is another option, but with them conceding and not keeping the clean sheet, I don't think he's too likely, not from this game alone. Next up is the game between Juve and Atalanta. Now in this game, both goalkeepers actually got decent ratings. Golini saved the penalty and made multiple other saves as well, and also got a good match rating from from Gazzetta, so I think he does have a good chance of picking up an inform this week. However, there is another goalkeeper from the Serie A, which we'll talk about in a moment, that will probably take the inform away from him. So, Fiorentina and Sassuolo finished in a 1-1 draw, no inform coming from that. So we move on to the game between Genoa and AC Milan, which saw Destra score twice, so he certainly could be an option. Obviously not a glaringly obvious one, but certainly has a chance. And then we come on to this game, Inter Milan against Napoli, which finished in a 1-0 scoreline, and Handanovic made 3 saves, but he got an 8 match rating from Gazzetta, so I think he has a really good chance at picking up an inform this week, so look out for him on Wednesday. Still, I need to take a breath, this is so much. Parma versus Cagliari, 0-0, no inform, let's move on. Spezia versus Bologna, 2-2. Enzola maybe has a chance, but I don't know if he's got a card in the game. I've looked for him before and haven't always found him, so yeah, something to note there. Sampdoria beat Hellas Verona, no standout player in terms of goal scoring, also in Gazzetta ratings, so we move on swiftly. Schalke and Freiburg finished in a 2-0 away score, and this guy Salah got both goals, so he's an option, although I'm not sure he is 100% in Ultimate Team. If he is, you'll see a card on the screen. Leverkusen beat Cologne 4-0. Maybe Diaby is an option, but obviously does have a road to the final item out, I believe. So will EA go for him? I don't know. We'll have to see. It depends on the Bundesliga options, I guess. There are other choices from this game. The Weiser got himself a goal and a clean sheet, so he could be picked instead. Armenia lost to Augsburg 1-0, and it was the centre-back, whose name I'm not going to try and pronounce, who got the goal. A clean sheet as well for him, so he probably does have a good chance at featuring in the defence. Poor Armenia. They seem to be a team that other sides regularly seem to pick up informs against. Bayern Munich beat Wolfsburg 2-1, so could we see another special Lewandowski this year? I think there's a pretty good chance, but we have also got to remember it is likely we'll see him get a Team of the Year card in a couple of weeks, and that card is probably going to be pretty outstanding. Leipzig beat Hoffenheim 1-0. Poulsen got the goal. Upamecano seems to have got a decent rating, so maybe one of them, but as things stand, not super likely. Strasbourg beat Angers 2-0 thanks to a goal and a assist from Diallo, so he is an option from the Ligue 1. And then Lille beat Dijon 2-0, and there doesn't seem to be a standout from that game. So let's move on to next match, which saw Metz beat Montpellier 2-0. And to be fair, the same can be said. There doesn't appear to be a massive standout, so we'll move on swiftly to the game between Nice and Nîmes. And I'm going to say the same thing again, unfortunately. There just isn't, like, many standouts amongst these players as things stand, so I don't see an inform coming from that match. Stade de Reims won 3-2 against Nantes, and it's another one of them games where there isn't a player who's done a lot, although there is Cafaro, who got himself a goal and a assist. There's also Toure here, who got a goal as well, so depending on L'Équipe ratings, maybe one of them could get in, but I wouldn't hold your breath. Stade Rennais won 2-1 against Marseille. Traoré got himself a goal and a decent rating. No clean sheet for him, but maybe he could get in. The fact that he's gold definitely does help out with that as well. Saint-Etienne won 2-1 against Bordeaux, and this Nordin got himself a goal, Neyu got a goal, and other than that, there aren't too many standouts, so we will move on rather quickly. Lyon and Brest finished 2-2, no informs coming from that. Lens won 3-0 against Monaco. I actually do think an inform has a chance of coming from this game. This Michelin probably has a pretty good chance, especially if this is a right wing back role. I'll have to double check the positioning with the team sheet. So 2 assists and a clean sheet for him. He's got a very good chance. And then the final game, before I can take a breath, is PSG beating Lorient 2-0. Rafinha got an assist, Mbappe got a goal from the spot, and Moise Kean got a goal. I doubt an inform will come from that game, to be honest. Thursday's games are what we will be discussing next. Burnley and Aston Villa finished in a scoreless draw. Nick Pope made 6 saves in this game and kept a clean sheet, so he is certainly an option for an inform this week. Could have been in last week, didn't get it. Maybe this will be the week. Man United and Sheffield United finished in a 3-2 away scoreline. Man United goals coming from Rashford twice and Martial, so one of them could be in line for a special item this week. And I think another special Rashford is pretty much on the cards as well, so yeah, that could be very expensive, so look out for that. That would be a great red pick to get there if it does indeed happen. And then the final Thursday game to talk about is the match between Roma and Torino. 3 different goal scorers in this game, but potentially an informed Pellegrini. Time for Friday's games now. We've just got two to discuss. Bilbao won against Huesca 2-0. Unai Nunez got a goal and a clean sheet, so he certainly could be an option. And Union Berlin beat Borussia Dortmund 2-1. A bit of a shock on the cards here. Dortmund haven't been playing all that well recently, to be honest, but still a shock result, and maybe one of the defensive options could get in from Union Berlin. We are literally 10 minutes into this video, and we've only just gotten onto Saturday's games, so we best get a move on. Leipzig and Cologne finished in a 0-0 draw. Timo Horn made 6 saves in this game and kept a clean sheet, so he certainly could be an option from this match. Gladbach lost at home to Hoffenheim thanks to goals from Sessegnon and Kramaric, so could we see Sessegnon maybe pick up an inform? That would certainly be an interesting card, but I don't think it's too likely as things stand. Arminia got a win against Schalke, 1-0 victory for them. Don't see an inform coming from this game, to be honest, so let's jump into the next match, which saw Werder Bremen win 1-0 against Mainz, with the goal coming from the player on the bench. And as you can see, no particular standout ratings, so it's going to be another one of them games where it's unlikely an inform will be produced. Trapp could pick up an inform this week. He made 4 saves and kept a clean sheet in a 2-0 win for Eintracht Frankfurt against Augsburg, but there's so many other goalkeeper options, and I think there is quite a few better ones, so I don't think his chances are too great. And then the final Bundesliga game to discuss is between Bayer Leverkusen and Bayern Munich, and yeah, look who gets the goals again. It's Lewandowski. 4 goals over 2 games. I think he's getting an inform this week, so yeah, look out for that. It's going to be a really nice card as well. Probably very similar to the Player of the Month card that we saw not too long ago. Crystal Palace were at home to Liverpool, and it was not a good day at all for the home side. They shipped in 7 goals, so yeah, feel pretty confident in saying Liverpool have a special card in the upcoming Team of the Week. They may even have 2. Now, Roberto Firmino is the obvious one, 2 goals and 8 assists for him. Also that goal against Tottenham as well, so I think his spot in the upcoming Team of the Week is all but guaranteed. But I also think there's a chance of a second Liverpool inform coming, because they won both games, and they won this one in obviously pretty good fashion. So I think Robertson might have a good chance, because he got an assist and clean sheet in this game, and he also got an assist in the win against Tottenham. So I think we might see both Firmino and Robertson in the upcoming Team of the Week. Southampton hosted Man City, and the away side got the win. Sterling with the goal, KDB with the assist, but yeah, a 1-0 win for Man City is highly unlikely to produce an inform, in my opinion. They've got pretty lofty standards. And then the final Premier League game to discuss, let's just not discuss it, shall we? Let's just ignore it. Being an Arsenal fan lately is just, yeah, not fun. So, yeah, and to be honest, I don't think an inform will come from this game. I don't think there was a big enough standout player from Everton, but yeah, let's get into the final Premier League game. And of course, that final Premier League game was between Newcastle and Fulham, well, the final one for Saturday, and it finished in a draw. So, yeah, another one of them draws where no inform will be produced. Now we come on to the games in the Serie A. Fiorentina and Verona finished in a 1-1 draw, and to be honest, there is not too much to discuss right there. Sampdoria beat Crotone though 3-1, and in this game, Jankto got himself a goal and an assist, so he certainly is a viable candidate for Wednesday. And then finally, we have a very interesting one. Juve beat Parma 4-0, and in this match, Ronaldo got 2 goals. But also in this match, Morata got a goal and 2 assists. Now, this is pretty much going to come down to whoever gets the best rating from Gazzetta. Now, they're not currently out. They'll be out tomorrow, hopefully. And you'll see which player out of these 2 I go for in my predictions. But yeah, one of them 2 I feel like has a very good chance at making the upcoming Team of the Week. It's just a case of which one gets the better rating. I think that's the one that EA will pick. I don't think they'll be too desperate to force Ronaldo in this week with there being so many options. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. As I say, Ronaldo's got a good chance, but so does Morata. We'll have to wait to see what Gazzetta ratings bring. We jump over to Spain now, where Atletico Madrid beat Elche 3-1, and in this game, Luis Suarez scored twice, so could we see his one to watch get an upgrade on Wednesday? It's one of them. I feel like it's got a good chance happening, but it's not one that I'm super confident in as things stand. We'll have to wait to see how many other striker options we have, because currently we've got a lot already, so yeah, as I say, maybe in another week I'd be super confident, but this week where there's loads of options, not as confident. Barcelona and Valencia ended in a 2-2 draw, and the standout in this game was probably Valencia's goalkeeper, who made 7 saves and also stopped a penalty. But with him conceding twice, I wouldn't feel confident saying that he's going to get an inform item. Levante beat Real Sociedad 2-1, and it's just one of them games that doesn't have a standout player, so we'll move on to another game in the La Liga, which saw Villarreal beat Osasuna at 3-1, and Gerard Moreno got 2 goals from a wide roll, so he's probably got a fairly good chance at picking up an inform item on Wednesday. The last game in the La Liga on Saturday was between Sevilla and Real Valladolid, and it's another 1-1 draw, which, as you guys know, probably won't produce a special item. We end this week in the Ligue 1. Metz beat Lens 2-0, so Boulaya probably has a chance, but with him being a silver, that'll probably go against him. Marseille and Stade de Rennes finished 1-1, and inform just won't come from that. And then finally, Lyon beat Nice, and there is a couple of options from this game. You've got Aouar the gold, a goal from midfield, and you've also got Kadewere, who got himself a goal and a assist, and he recently could have had an inform for other performances, so I'm actually hoping that he gets a super silver at some point. I think that would be a really nice card. He plays both striker and right wing, so either position would be fine for me. So guys, there you have it. That is my early look at the upcoming Team of the Week. Obviously, my full Team of the Week 13 prediction will come out tomorrow night. And in that video, like I always say, we will include every single league that is in FIFA. So, so far, for the first time in weeks, the upcoming Team of the Week is actually looking quite good. So, good luck in your champs games. And, yeah, hopefully it's not too, mentally draining. FIFA lately has just, the gameplay's been awful. It has been for me anyway. I don't know about you guys. But, anyway, this video is rather long, so let's wrap it up. If you have enjoyed, please do leave a like rating in the comments below. Let me know who you think you'll pick up in inform. Subscribe if you're new. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.